In this episode of the Locked On NBA Big Board Podcast, we have some one-on-one interviews for you today. We have some exclusive interviews from 5 prospects who participated in the 2025 Nike Hoop Summit. My colleague Krysten Peek, we did an episode on it yesterday. She gave her synopsis on how guys played and who shined at the Hoop Summit. So stay tuned to get a chance to know 5 prospects, including Nate Ament, Mikel Brown, Darius Acuff, Trey McKenney, and Nik Khamenia. 5 prospects that we're probably going to talk about a lot around this time next year. Big shout out to each and every person that has made the Locked On NBA Big Board Podcast your first listen of the day. I'm your host, Rafael Barlow, and like I mentioned in the open, this episode is all about Krysten Peek in her one-on-one interviews. But before we get into this episode, I want to let you know about the Locked On newsletter. The playoffs are right here. And even if your team did not make the playoffs, it is draft season, but you can get all the latest updates on your team at the Locked On newsletter. So check it out at lockedondaily.com. So whatever team you support, there is a newsletter that is your one-stop for ultimate team and league coverage. So check it out at lockedondaily.com. And if you're not subscribed to the Locked On NBA Big Boy YouTube channel, please subscribe, like, share, comment. Click the bell so you can be notified every time we drop an episode, because we are your source. I'm a little biased, but we are your source for NBA draft content, your daily source, I should add. And I missed last week, but I have a lot of podcast content coming for you over the next few weeks. I'm going to try to double it up. I'm going to try to give you at least 2 podcasts a day. All right. Let's get right into this interview. The first interview is with Nate Ament, who is the top unsigned prospect in this class, in the high school class of 2025. He is the guy that some people think could be a top 5 pick in the 2026 NBA draft. ESPN said they think he has a shot at going number 1. He is the top uncommitted prospect. He is highly touted. We'll let him tell his story about how he went from being, a top 40 guy to a top 5 prospect. And we also talk about, but Krysten and Nate also talk about the schools that he is considering. All right, so here is your first interview with uncommitted top 5 prospect, Nate Ament.
I'm Krysten Peek here with Nate Ament, and we're at USA Basketball. He's playing for USA Basketball at Nike Hoop Summit. Nate, the group of talent on this team is ridiculous. How's it been in practice, just getting up and down?
It's been amazing. It's very rarely that, especially in the high school season, you get to be in a gym with these amazing players. I can just feel myself getting better playing with such amazing, tremendous players, and they all come from different backgrounds and stuff, so it's been a lot of fun just getting to know all of them.
Iron sharpens iron, right?
For sure.
And you got all these NBA scouts and GMs, a few GMs here watching you play, and you've had a really good week. What are you hoping to show them in terms of your growth and how you've grown as a player?
Obviously just trying to show my growth in my skill set, growth in strength, growth in leadership and stuff like that, but I know with these amazing players, I don't got to do too much outside of that. Just got to, I really get to show my defensive, how I've grown defensively, but also just continue to grow as a leader, as a teammate, and show them I'm a great teammate.
A word that I always hear NBA scouts say that they value is versatility, and you are oozing with versatility. You also have a very high ceiling. I mean, you rose from 40th to now you're the 4th best player in the class. What do you attribute your growth as a player to just in the last year?
I mean, I attribute a lot to the circle around me, the people that, push me every day to get better.
Yeah.
My parents, my brothers, my trainers, my coaches, everybody. I also attribute a lot to my faith. My faith has really kept me grounded and humble and, really made sure that, I'm not just, trying to chase a basketball or chase anything like that. I'm chasing, being the best person I could be on this earth. And me being humble like that, it just, kept me grounded to keep working each and every day and knowing that, going from 40th to 4th isn't enough. I got to keep working to get where I really want to get to.
I think you're the last guy that hasn't committed yet, and there's something to be said about waiting and seeing how the portal plays out, where coaches land. Was that intentional in waiting so long just to see how everything shakes out?
Absolutely. I mean, I waited this long already. I might as well see how the portal shakes out. But I feel like it's just the smartest choice for me. I don't want to, commit to a school. I'm sure I know all these coaches wouldn't do anything like that to me, but commit to a school, and then, here comes 8 players out of the portal, and I'm in a tough situation when I can, see how it kind of shakes out, see what coaches really want me on their team, and, just make my decision from there.
You're down to Duke, Kentucky, Arkansas, Louisville, and Tennessee. What's going to go into this decision?
Like I said earlier, just, how I feel, how much I trust the coaches and what they're telling me. How much I truly believe I can come in and be an impact freshman, and obviously just how much I can come in, make mistakes, learn from them in the game, and just, the coach trusts me to, make those adjustments in game.
I know you've been playing with a couple guys that are already committed to Duke and also Louisville, and Amari, you played against him in the scrimmage yesterday. Have they been in your ear, either at McDonald's or here?
Absolutely. You should hear the, the bus conversations. Then we got this guy behind the camera recruiting me. But it's all been great. They're all great guys, especially these two. They never stop. But it's been truly a blessing, and it's been a lot of fun.
I know you say you're going to decide soon. What does soon mean?
Next week or two.
Okay. All right. So we're getting closer, right? Yeah. Well, Nate, it's been so much fun seeing your growth as a player, and you've been so good this week, like I said. So wherever you land, I know you're going to have an impact. And good luck here at Hoop Summit and wherever you decide to play next year.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
All right, the second prospect is Louisville commit Mikel Brown. I'm a big fan of Mikel Brown. I think that he is a top 10 prospect in my way too early 2026 unofficial big board. He played this season at DME Academy in Daytona Beach. Very, very decorated high school player. I scouted him live at OTE. He played in the OTE system his junior year. I had a chance to watch him live at NBA All-Star Weekend in Indianapolis when OTE had an event there. He was Nate Ament's roommate in the Nike Hoop Summit. He's committed to Louisville. Louisville is one of the schools that Nate is considering. So here is a one-on-one interview with Mikel Brown. And, of course, he's going to talk about how he is recruiting Nate Ament.
I'm Krysten Peek here with Mikel Brown Jr. We're at Hoop Summit. Mikel is playing for Team USA. How does it feel this week just with the competition? This team is loaded. It's unfair.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think just us spending time with each other has been the best thing. The bus rides from the gym and back to the hotel is funny. So I think we kind of build a chemistry off the rip, and that's why when we come in practice, we play the right way and we play together.
You just showing so much more growth and confidence as a player from, last year to now. Where does that come from, just in your confidence and your shot creation?
That's just me trusting my work, and I know how much work I put in to get to this point. And I just want to be able to showcase it and be able to play the right way and play winning basketball.
There are about 100 NBA scouts and executives here watching you. How real does that make it for you knowing that you are just, one step closer to your ultimate dream?
It means a lot to me because I've always dreamed of it as a kid. Reading NBA books, seeing where LeBron James came from and Carmelo Anthony's of the world, the players that played on USA basketball before us. I definitely take pride in that, but just to be able to know that it's right there, it keeps me motivated. So.
Headed to Louisville next year. They made a statement this year in the ACC. How excited are you to hit campus and play next year?
I'm extremely excited. We had a really great year this year. I think we exceeded all the expectations that were put on us this season, and we're only going to keep going so much further, and I can't wait to get on campus and make a run this year.
I know the coaching staff really made you a priority, but what else about Louisville made you commit to them over every other school?
That staff, everybody on that staff was definitely just 100% all in with me, and they kept it real with me. They said you're gonna have the keys to the car, and we need you to drive this thing. And that kind of led into the decision, and also the fan base. The fan base was right behind them, so our fan base is different from everybody else's.
One last player that hasn't committed yet, Nate Ament. What's your pitch to him? As Caden Boozer listens on.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is, man, we have a spot for him. We have one more scholarship for him. He's my roommate, so I've been talking to him every single day. He's my. What you mean when I'm talking about back there? He will be seeing you next year, but he's gonna be on my team.
Not Nate, Caden, and Cameron off camera listening to this entire interview. All right. Thanks so much, Mikel. Good luck in the game, and good luck at Louisville next year.
Thank you.
All right, before I get into the next round of interviews, let's talk about open phone. Because if you are running a business, you know that every time you miss a call, it is like leaving potential money on the table. And that is why you need open phone. Open phone is the #1 business phone system that is designed to streamline and scale your customer communications all through an app on your phone or through your computer. You don't have to carry 2 phones. And with open phone, you can manage your business calls and your texts, again, in one app. So whether you are at your desk or on the go, it has AI call transcripts and summaries that will save you time on follow-ups, and it will also ensure that you don't lose track of customer interaction. So Open Phone is offering my listeners 20% off your first 6 months at openphone.com/LockedOnNBA. That's OpenPhone, OpenPhone. And if you are switching to another service, Open Phone will even port your existing numbers at no extra charge. Open Phone, no missed calls, no missed customers. I have a question. Did you know that your Fire TV is also an Xbox? You can turn any TV into your gaming and entertainment hub with Fire TV Stick 4K devices. No console is required. Just grab your paired controller. Subscribers sign into Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with EA included, and you are ready to play. So you can dive into hundreds of premium titles from EA Sports College Football 2025, my favorite game. Wish I had more time to play it, to Call of Duty Black Ops. As easily as you stream your favorite shows, is gaming made simple, and it is all on your Fire TV. It has the latest technology, Wi-Fi 6, 6E, and auto-low lateness mode advanced technology. Fire TV Stick 4K delivers smoother, more responsive gameplay with lightning-fast speeds that you need to stay competitive. With 4K streaming, you can watch more than 1.5 million movies and TV episodes from your favorite subscribed devices or services like Netflix, Prime Video, Disney Plus, Max, and more. It is affordable and portable. So like I said, you can play high-quality Xbox games at a fraction of the cost of a console. So head to Amazon.com, Fire TV Locked On to get started. All right, the next prospect is Darius Acuff. And if you are not familiar with Darius Acuff, I'm going to just tell you straight up, Darius Acuff is a bucket. He's a big-time scorer from Detroit. He played his senior season at IMG Academy. He is headed to Arkansas. He absolutely lit up the EYBL Scholastic League with his scoring, one of the top scoring guards in the country. And he had 24 points in the Nike Hoop Summit game. So here is Krysten Peek with Darius Acuff, Arkansas commit Darius Acuff.
I'm Krysten Peek here with Darius Acuff. We're at Nike Hoop Summit. Darius, you had such a great senior season. Now we're capping it off here in the All-Star Games. How's it feel to play with this group of guys?
It's great. I never played with this much talent before. It's really 12 great guys. Yeah. So to be here, it's a blessing for real. Something you dream of, Hoop Summit, and just trying to continue stack days every day for sure though.
Today you were in a scrimmage and you were playing against Malik Thomas. You're heading to Arkansas. He's obviously there committed, but you guys were going after it.
Yeah, got to.
I mean, what was that like? Because I know at McDonald's, did you guys play on the same team at McDonald's or no?
We was on different teams. We was on different teams. But
okay.
It was good.
So give me, now that you've gone twice now against him, what's your scouting report on him, and what is he going to bring to Arkansas next year?
He tough. He real tough. He don't take no breaks. He gonna get to his bucket. He stick to what he know.
Yeah.
Get buckets. That's what he do. So I feel like he do good at that. Great energy player. He a great teammate.
Yep.
Everybody know that. He a great teammate. He talk a lot, and he just a little quick. Great guard for real. But everybody got something to work on. He just got to work on slowing down a little bit more.
Yeah.
I talk to him every day though. That's my dog for sure.
You guys talk every day?
Yeah, that's my dog. We always texting, talking about, I ain't gonna say every day, but we on, you feel me, every couple of days. We talk about, college, how we want to win a national championship, all that. So it's good though. That's my brother. I mean,
speaking of a bucket getter, you are such a bucket getter. And you find ways to score, Darius. It's like, I feel like I've seen everything from you, and then you do something, either whether it's finishing through contact or putting a step back three with a 7-footer in your face, but where have you seen the growth and progression, especially in your shot selection this year?
Yeah, like you said, shot selection.
Yeah.
That was big on me this year. Me and my coach had conversations about that at IMG before the season even started about shot selection. But I feel like the biggest thing for me is the defensive end. Just talking more on that side of because I'm the point guard. I got to be vocal. I got to be the loudest person. So I feel like still working on that that's the biggest thing for me. But like you said, offensively, definitely shot selection. Definitely shot selection.
Heading to Arkansas, I mean, everyone kind of knows you are the prototypical, I want to say, Calipari guard.
For sure.
And, coming in, what is he saying that you need to do in order to get early minutes on the court? Because I know you guys are going to go in and have to fight for your spot.
Got to. Just coming in, be you. Don't change up. Don't try to be, something you're not. Stick to what you know. He been preaching ever since he been recruiting me. He been preaching that to me. So I feel like I feel like Coach Cal is like the best coach to build your confidence level as a guard, in my opinion. Like he built everybody confidence.
Yeah.
So that was the biggest thing for me. So yeah, he just telling me come in, be a dog, be you, don't change up. Come in, be the best player. Do what you got to do every day.
What is it about the pedigree with the Calipari guards? And because I know this is something that we've talked about, but just how efficient he is getting players to the league. Yeah. I mean, is that the big selling point for him? Or what does he say to you, during the recruitment process?
I really feel like it's his history from back in the day. It been started since way back, even before John Wall and those guys. It been started. So I feel like for me growing up, I've been watching Cal a lot. So I studied, everything he said. I literally watched every video. I swear. So really, his main thing to me was you seen what I've done, but he don't really speak on them guys. He speak on what I need to do. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So I think that's very important when recruiting a player. So yeah, Calipari is definitely a great coach though.
Playing in the SEC next year, what are you most looking forward to?
Competing every game. Every game count, every minute. You seen it this year. Yes. Every minute counted.
Yes.
SEC national champs this year, so gotta continue that for sure.
All right, well, Darius, thank you for the time, and good luck at Hoop Summit and next year at Arkansas.
Thank you.
All right, the next interview we have set up for you is with Trey McKenney. Trey McKenney was a late addition to the Nike Hoop Summit. He replaced Cole Pete, who was out with a hand injury. And McKenney is headed to Michigan. He was Mr. Basketball in the state of Michigan. And for a guy that wasn't supposed to be here, he's going to tell that story. But late bloomer, when the lights were on, he shined. He had 22 points in Team USA's win. So here is Trey McKenney and Krysten Peek.
I'm Krysten Peek here at Trey McKenney. We're at Nike Hoop Summit. Trey, you were a late addition. How excited were you to get the call to come out here and join Team USA?
I was excited. I had school the next day. It was 8 p.m. But, I couldn't say no to come play for USA. So I just had to.
What is it about this group and this talent, when you look at the guys that are making up the roster and how hard you guys go in practice, but what makes this group so special?
We're all cool with each other. We all get along really, really well. And, we don't care if the other person's scoring. And, we just play well as a team, and we all get along every day. So.
Yeah. And, you had a phenomenal high school season, capping off, a great run and heading to Michigan, staying close to home next year. But what was your best memory about your high school season this year?
I would say winning Mr. Basketball in Michigan. That's a big deal. So it was just fun to do that.
Was that a goal for you heading into the season?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's what everybody thinks about when they grew up in Michigan, Mr. Basketball trophy. So just being able to do that for my state is cool. What
sort of feedback did you get from the coaching staff when you finally called them and told Dusty May, I'm going to come to Michigan? What was his reaction?
And they were excited because, they were recruiting me very hard. Yeah. And, I feel like they wanted me to have a big part in what they do next year, and they're giving me an opportunity to make a big impact, so I'm excited.
Were they your first offer, Michigan, back in the day?
No, they were one of my first offers.
One of the first offers.
Yeah.
So they really stayed true to the end and kept you a priority?
Yeah, for sure. Ever since he got the job, he made sure I was one of the top priorities.
And what is he saying? Because you already have the physicality part of being a big guard, and I think you can come in next year and be impactful in that way. But what else is he saying, or the coaching staff's telling you, how you can come in and see early minutes?
Just my versatility. I can play on the ball. I can get others involved, and I can play off the ball, and I can space the floor, shoot it.
Yeah.
I can play off the dribble and off the closeouts. So I just really think my versatility is really going to stick out next year.
You're shooting. There are games that I've watched you play where you are shooting lights out from three-point range. How intentional was that coming into your senior year? Like you said, showing off your versatility and adding that a little bit more consistency to your bag.
I've always been able to shoot the three, but my volume has went up a lot,
Yep.
and my efficiency has went up with that as well. So just being able to be a really good three-point shooter and space the floor helps me out, helps me get in the lane, create for others, or create for myself.
Any games next year? I maybe know the answer to this. Any games next year that you're definitely circling on your calendar and you can't wait to play in?
I mean, obviously, the rival games like Ohio State, Michigan State,
Ohio
games
State.
like that are going to be packed, and it's going to be fun to show out for Michigan.
Do you prefer to play on the road and kind of like have that pressure to silence the crowd, or do you like that hometown crowd and like having a sixth man, behind your back? Which one do you prefer?
I think in the Big Ten, I think playing at home is going to be really fun. Being able to, because I grew up watching games at Chrysler, so just being able to play there is going to be a dream come true for me.
Do you remember the first game you ever went to see Michigan play?
I never really went to watch them play.
Oh, you didn't? Okay, so you
but
just watched them.
I just watched them all the time on TV, and just seeing those guys come through there, being able to do that is surreal.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you're going to be so excited in that first time you step on the court. But you've been great here this week for Team USA, and good luck at Michigan and Saturday night at the game.
Thanks for having me.
Have you had issues with underwear, whether it's the fit, the comfort, or just finding the right style? Well, Skims has changed all of that. Their men's line offers something for everyone, from boxer briefs to classic briefs, all designed with the perfect balance of comfort and style. There are plenty of reviews coming out from Skims customers. Here's one guy. He says, "As you know, I work out 5 days a week, but I've never liked wearing that synthetic feeling, quote unquote, workout underwear, especially when I'm done at the gym. When I tried Skims stretch boxer briefs, it felt like I found the missing link. They give me all the movement I need for working out without feeling like I'm walking around wearing gym clothes the rest of the day. Plus, they never lose their shape or ride up. And maybe it's in my head, but I swear, since I started wearing these, my gains have improved too." This is a customer testimonial about the Stretch 5 boxer brief. And if you want to have your own personal testimonials about Skims, check them out. Skims.com/LockedOnNBA. And also you can check them out at Skims stores. But you have to let them know that we sent you. After you place your order, select podcast in the survey and select our show, Locked On NBA Big Board, in the drop-down menu that follows. So again, check it out at skims.com/LockedOnNBA, or you can go to the Skims stores. All right, last but not least, we have Duke commit Nik Khamenia. Nik Khamenia is a Cali kid who is going across the country to play for Duke. And in this interview, he talked about his commitment to Duke. He talked about playing with and against the Boozer twins, and a little bit about I don't know if it's necessarily pressure, but he is the guy that many people are expecting to replace Kon Knueppel in Duke's lineup next year. So here is Nik Khamenia and Krysten Peek.
I'm Krysten Peek here with Nik Khamenia. We are at Nike Hoop Summit. Nik, I know you're coming off your high school season and also McDonald's All-American, but how's it feel to be here representing Team USA?
It's always super fun to wear the USA jersey. It's definitely a blessing to play with all these great players and play against them every day in practice, and then being able to compete against the guys from all over the world. It's always fun and it's always competitive.
I mean, you guys are getting after it, not only in the scrimmage today, but also in practice against each other. Who surprised you from Team USA in the last few days?
I'd probably say a couple of guys. I think, obviously, the Boozers, I knew they were very good, but just being able to play with them for the first time, I knew their IQ was, really high, but playing with them, I really got a feel for, how high it really is. They really know how to play the game. Cam is really strong, and Caden's really good at attacking the basket and seeing both corners and both wings for guys that are open, so I'd probably say those two.
Heading to Duke, those are two of your Duke teammates. How has it been just building the chemistry this week?
I mean, yeah, like I said, it's my first time playing with them.
Yeah.
I've always played on the other side of them, so it's always been competitive matches, going against them, talking a little bit of trash, but now we're on the same team, helping each other out. So it's definitely been fun, and I can't wait to get to Durham and play with them.
I know, I was going to say, I mean, you've probably taken some L's from them, and so now you guys are teaming up.
Yeah.
Heading to Duke next year, how excited are you, to get to next year's season, especially after what the team did this year?
I mean, yeah, it was super exciting to watch them this season. Unfortunately, not everybody can win at the end of the season. But it was an amazing team. Sometimes in March things don't go your way. But they had a hell of a season. Watching every game was super fun. I loved watching them. And I can't wait to get to Durham and play with all the amazing players, guys that want to win, guys that are unselfish, and then play for great coaches that are going to help me improve.
What is the coaching staff, what is John Shire and the coaching staff saying that you need to do to be able to come in and contribute right away?
I mean, they always talked about my versatility and then just the will to win. I'm going to go there and just do whatever it takes to win, defensively, offensively. Like, it doesn't really matter what positions Coach Shire puts me in. I'm going to try my best to do whatever it takes to help the team win.
I mean, I've heard a lot of people say that you could come in and slide in right away and be kind of that Kon Knueppel sort of asset to the team just with your shooting and, like you said, versatility. But just in terms of, the team coming in next year, you guys have a great recruiting class, and Shire always does so well in the portal. But what are you most excited about?
Definitely playing that first game will probably definitely be just like super fun. It's definitely a dream to play in that Duke uniform. And all the players that have come before, just to be a part of that brotherhood, I'm super excited for it. But I mean, definitely just to play at Duke, just be a part of it, and win games at the highest level.
I mean, you are a West Coast kid. Why Duke? Like, has this been a dream school? Is it someone that you watched a lot of growing up? I mean, why did you pick Duke over everybody else?
It was kind of just off the feel. When I took my visit and I played up and down, I kind of just had the feeling that was my place.
Yeah.
And usually people were they would say, like, when you go on a visit and you know where it is, like, you'll have that feeling. That's when it came. That's what it was when it came to Duke. Like, I knew that was my place, and that's why I picked it ultimately.
Who do you watch at the NBA level? Like, what players or teams?
So my favorite team is the Spurs.
Okay.
Yeah, but I watch a lot of college and NBA basketball. Try to pick up a lot of different details. I'd probably say some of my favorite players to watch, just because high IQ basketball. LeBron, Luka, Jokic. They all play like.
They're okay. They're just okay.
I mean, yeah, they're super high level guys. Like, and they just play the game at their own speed. They play with super high basketball IQ, so it's fun to watch them play.
What are you hoping to show the NBA scouts and general managers that are here this week, that are maybe seeing you for the first time or haven't seen you play in a while?
Ultimately, a competitor has a lot of different skill sets that he can tap into, whether it's shooting, passing, helping other guys get open, rebounding, stealing guys so other guys can score, setting screens, just whatever it takes to help everyone else do well. Just be an ultimate contributor in any way possible.
Last question. There's one guy here that I know you guys are still targeting for this Duke class. What's been your pitch to Nate Ament?
If you come to Duke, we're gonna win. There's nothing more than that. Right. Duke is a very special place.
Yeah.
So if he were to come there, I think we would have another really good chance to go back to back.
Yep.
So yeah.
Well, that wraps up this episode of the Locked On NBA Big Board podcast. Hopefully you enjoyed these interviews. You're getting a way too early look at some of the top prospects in the 2026 class. I have these interviews clipped up individually on YouTube. Also have a couple more interviews where Krysten interviewed some of the top prospects in the 2027 draft. Krysten had the opportunity to sit down with a few prospects at USA Basketball in San Antonio that was held over Final Four weekend. She sat down with Christian Collins, Brandon McCoy, and Jordan Smith. So check those out on the YouTube channel. But once again, thank you for making this your first listen of the day. Check out the Locked On newsletter, lockedondaily.com, and please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Again, like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm out.